Today is a very special day. It is the opening night of Billy Budd at Glyndebourne and my Glyndebourne debut. I'm here in the gardens. It's about just over 2 hours before curtains go up, and feels like a perfect time to sit down and make a little video reflecting on June a little bit. And yeah, I have to say this is the most perfect weather right now. If you are living in London or the UK, you know how crazy this heat wave has been over the last few weeks. I don't even know if I've slept properly for a week. It's just been so hot in my flat. But right now there's a gentle breeze coming through, there's sunlight, and all the flowers and everything is just looking so beautiful and romantic. I'm excited to be making my debut at this beautiful, beautiful opera house. I suppose this month, the month of June, Glyndebourne has been where most of my time and energy has gone. We've been rehearsing for the past 4 weeks, and it's been a lot of learning and observing, lots of beautiful things in the rehearsal room. One thing that sticks out to me when I reflect on the rehearsal process has been just quietly observing the conductor, an Australian conductor by the name of Nicholas Carter. I've always loved the role of a conductor, and even as a child I fantasized about what it would be like to be a conductor and have the baton and be doing all the gestures and the kind of movements on the podium. But what I really appreciated when I was watching and observing Nicholas in the rehearsal room was just how efficiently, how humanly, how precisely, and how evocatively he was communicating notes and what he wanted to get from the singers, be it the principals or the chorus singers or the orchestra. Like, it's such an art. And so, for example, Billy Budd is an opera set on a ship. It's a very dark opera. There's lots of really painstaking, tense moments. And to the chorus and the principal singers, when he was just trying to eke out a little bit more almost viciousness in the vocal quality of the singers, he'd say things like, it doesn't need to be louder, it just needs to have more mutinous intent behind it. And it's just small examples of him expressing what he wants to get out of the performance and out of the performers. I just really loved watching that. So there's just small details like that is such a privilege to be a part of this production and be at Glyndebourne. And I think that example of watching the conductor and observing how one artist communicates ideas with other artists was really inspiring for me as I think about my own Kabuki projects, because I'm also in a situation where I have to express my ideas to other artists very clearly and precisely, and how you might speak to one artist, the language you might use could be different for another. So that was a really, really inspiring thing. What occupied my mind when I've not been rehearsing here at Glyndebourne? I think Spring Snow, my forthcoming Kabuki project, which is going to take place at Wigmore Hall in October, the 11th at 7:30, is constantly on my mind. I've been trying to use as much of the time that I've had away from the rehearsals to make certain bits of progress, be it on costume design and the planning for that. It's not been easy to try and apply myself to such deep intellectual and artistic exercises, because I found myself quite, mentally drained when I come back from a long day, which also involves, a lot of hours of commuting to and from Sussex. So when I've been a bit mentally depleted, physically tired, it's not been easy to then suddenly think, what am I trying to express in spring snow? But I have enjoyed the task of just trying to almost go back to the beginning and cast my mind back to, what is it about Kabuki that I love? What is it about this Kabuki dance drama Yasuna that captivates me, that interests me? And what are the qualities that I have that I think I can put forward on the stage in October? So yeah, that's kind of been a big focus of mine when I've not been rehearsing. I've also really enjoyed getting my head into the Japanese language books this month. So just trying to learn the hiragana and katakana characters and get a bit more vocabulary into my brain. So that's been nice. And I'd also say the body has been something that I've focused on this month. Billy Budd, this production I'm in, features a huge cast of exclusively male performers, and we're all on a ship. So you can imagine the atmosphere, the tension, the testosterone is quite sky high. And after a long day in these very hot heat wave temperatures, going for a swim, doing a workout, or playing tennis, just feels like a really nice way to kind of relax and enjoy and unwind. So that's sort of in a nutshell been my month. What am I looking forward to in July? I think I'm looking forward to perhaps the quietness that I hope the month of July will bring. I think as we get into this sort of summer holiday period, seasons draw to a close in terms of like the theatre, the opera houses. Obviously, I'll still be performing at Glyndebourne, but my schedule will be a lot less busy, as I'll just be going in for the performances. So I think I'll have hopefully more time to focus on my Kabuki Spring Snow project, and I hope I can make some really good developments on that. And yeah, I'll be reuniting with my Kabuki teacher, Aigoro Sensei, at the end of July. So it's going to be nice to be back in the studio working on my Kabuki movement practice. And yeah, lot to look forward to in the month of July. So that's mostly it for now. I hope you have a really wonderful start to the new month, and sending you lots of love from the beautiful sunny Sussex of Glyndebourne Festival. Take care.